We are back with Oshkosh Live, powered by Redbird Flight. We have our next guest teed up here at the desk. I'd like to introduce Gregory Blatt and Kristen Jern from H55. We are talking about incredible, innovative electric propulsion system. Thank you so much for being here, Kristen. Thank you, Greg, for sitting down and taking a few minutes with us. Welcome to Oshkosh.
Thank you very much. A wonderful welcoming so far.
Awesome. Well, what does it take for an H55 to get set up here for a show this size? Like, what are these days like? Is it hectic? Is it exciting? Is it all of it?
It's a little bit of everything, but this is the first time we're attending Oshkosh, so it's
very exciting.
It is very exciting to be at the world's most preeminent general aviation show. It's an honor, it's a privilege, and the welcome, as I said before, the welcoming. The show hasn't started, but we've already had tons of people at the booth over the last couple of days. Everybody's really excited to learn, about our airplane, about our technology, and then we have just a great mindset of people that are, thinking about the what next in aviation, and we're not really about the what next. We're about what's today.
Yeah.
And we're looking at different ways we can fly, and different technologies, and different fuel systems, and different energy systems. And yeah, a lot of interest, a lot of
That's
good
great.
people we've met.
Well, as a start for our viewers, maybe tell a little bit about your story, about the H55 story.
Okay, H55 was born out of the Solar Impulse project. You may recall that in 2017, a solar-powered airplane flew around the world. Mm-hmm. One passenger on one pilot, one passenger on board. A wingspan of a 747, the weight of a family-sized car, without a drop of fuel. The name H55 comes from the fact that we did the longest solo flight in the history of mankind, 5 days, 5 nights from Japan to Hawaii. Hence the name 555. And what we really learned about was the technology works. You can't cheat in an airplane, right? We flew 5 days, and we flew 50,000 kilometers around the world. Pilot came home safe. The airplane came home in one piece. And that's really where we got the idea of really focusing not so much on the building of the airplanes. That's not our business. We focus on building the propulsion system. The propulsion system being the motor, the batteries, and what goes in between, which is the energy and power management. We're doing that with an electric trainer, but we have several programs going on as well with larger airplanes, even including hybrid electric.
Okay. Well, I know it's a Swiss-based company, and I know that the Making America tour has been underway, and Oshkosh is a part of this rock and roll tour you've been on. So maybe tell us a little bit about that tour. I was checking it out on your Instagram and elsewhere. So
this is the 7th state we've been to. We started in Florida at Sun and Fun, and then we flew up the coast. Then we were invited to Alabama, to Montgomery, to an Air Force Academy, where we were given an award for our work at Solar Impulse. From there to Phoenix, Scottsdale, to Nevada, to Palo Alto, to Colorado, and here to Oshkosh, and we'll be going to the Hamptons. And I think we've done about 150, 160 flights with flight instructors, with professional pilots, even some NASA astronauts, general aviation enthusiasm, and the feedback has all been the same, And there are 3 types of feedbacks that you get. You've obviously got the obvious one, which is the environmental side, the noise and the pollution. But from a flight experience point of view, the students and the pilots love it because it's quiet. It doesn't vibrate. You don't have to worry about mixing oil and fuel at high altitudes. You can see your energy reading exactly, not with a gas thing. It moves, right? So the experience is fantastic. And then from the operators and the guys who write the checks, it's interesting because, the economics are so much more interesting. I'll give you one example. An airplane in a similar category will use about 2 gallons just on startup, run-up, taxiway, and waiting time. We'll use about 35 cents of electricity. So you can see from the economics. So it's really it's a disruptive technology, but it's a win-win technology for all different stakeholders around the ecosystem.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. I think I read online it has about a 70-minute range and about 70 minutes for charging. Is that?
It's the European version, and this is what's cool about it. The European version will have 70 minutes, but because the FAA certified version will come out a year later, it'll be between 85 and 90.
Okay.
So that's great. So rather than you're investing in fuel, we change the battery, you get better performance.
Right. Is that how you're getting that? Better performance is a better battery technology
battery
as you go?
every 14 to 16 months, we see about a 20% improvement in battery performance.
Excellent. Yeah.
Well,
And
go ahead.
And we have to. I think everyone can also hear. We're at the air show, so we've got some loud aircraft going by. It's part of the fun.
It's not us.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, yours is quiet. So, Kristen, tell us a little bit about what you do and how you're taking part in this tour around the U.S.
Well, I'm really honored to be part of the H55 mission and the project in itself. I had been a bystander watching Solar Impulse as well, and having been in the industry so long, this is really, as Greg had said, disruptive technology. So I've come on as the North American Sales Director, first U.S. employee for H55 being a Switzerland-based
So with a focus on North America, again, a Swiss-based, Europe-based company, what have been some of the interesting parts about bringing this story to the U.S.? Like, how has that been? I mean, is it very different than the rollout you've had in Europe? Is it bring different challenges or more opportunities? Tell us a little bit about what it means to open up things to America.
Sure. Well, I think what's really, first of all, this Cross America tour is historic by nature, right? And it's just the legacy from which H55 comes. What's different with the U.S. market is no one really heard of H55.
Right.
The ecosystem that we have hasn't been as involved and with the stronger regulations towards sustainability in the aviation space as Europe has, right? Also, on the truly positive side, GA exists in the U.S. here, and nowhere else in the world does it exist, where you actually have the individuals that are flying the smaller aircraft, and we have very vibrant general aviation airports. So it's truly exciting to bring a new, concept disruptive, game-changing is really what I like to say with this to the U.S. And I think it's been fun to see the delight on the team too, because we have a much more open, interactive general aviation community at our airports. They're a lot less restrictive than the airports in Europe, et cetera.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. So it sounds like you're getting a good reaction. People are excited about the technology, about what it means. What else? What are some of the other things that are important about at least where you're at right now at this juncture?
Well, again, the U.S. tour being historic, we really have been showing the proof of readiness that this is technology that's ready and can be applied to today's aviation space. Mm-hmm. The performance of the aircraft has surpassed some of what we really could have imagined in terms of how it performs. High density isn't an issue for it. We did it's an 8-state tour. So we have done parts of Florida, Alabama, Arizona, California, Nevada, and just wrapped up Colorado. And some really exciting things came out of Colorado because we saw that the high heat that usually precludes aviation from flying beyond 9 a.m. in some of those hotter, higher climates isn't a factor for the H55 powered Bristol. So that in itself is one change. And then secondly, with the noise abatement that so many of our GA airports are under threat of closure, right? That is such a keystone species, if you will, for our whole community, right? People want to fly somewhere in the airlines, they need pilots to do that. Mm-hmm. Pilots need to be trained. We need the smaller general aviations. We need the flight schools to do that. And so currently we have a lot of flight schools that spend quite a bit of time answering noise complaint calls. Mm-hmm. And this really is a real-world application and solution for that, which I think is truly exciting. So out of Colorado, what came is some really interesting news that we'll be sharing later, but it truly has performed in all climates.
Well, that is fantastic. If people want to see it here, where are you guys located?
About 150 feet behind us.
Okay, all right. So on Knapp Road here, not too far from
Just
the tower.
look for the bright red Redbird booth or a couple couple blocks down, just a couple
Exactly. We
venues
have great
down.
neighbors. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And then online, what's your?
www.h55.ch.
Okay, all right, fantastic.
We'll want to say thank you to Gregory Blatt and Kristen Jern of H55 for joining us. Congrats. Enjoy your first Oshkosh. I'm sure it's going to be a great show for you. Thank you for sitting down with us. And we are going to take a quick break here at Oshkosh Live, powered by Redbird Flight.